Welcome back, Matrix. We start part 2 of the novel, which is quite exciting. We're halfway through, and the first part of the novel starts with a letter, and the second part of the novel starts with a second letter. So there's a clear reference there between the two. The first letter, if you'll remember, is from Nomda. Now, we don't get much information from that letter as to what she's requesting, other than it has to do with her son and her own peace of mind. So her son's legacy, or the remembrance of her son, and her own peace of mind being able to put to bed, obviously something that has been a real pain for her. The second letter that Lally receives is a more official letter. It's actually from an investigator from the TRC, and asks her to give information about the disappearance of Sipho Koshani, which is Nomda's son. She's called actually to help in this investigation. She's asked to send a statement. Now, very interesting is how she responds to this request. The last one she throws away. She's a little irritated again with this one. These shadow people who follow her, who send her messages. This Tianis van der Merwe, this Nomda Koshani, this Sipho Koshani. She actually just wants to live on her own. Remember, she hides herself away in this ice block of ice. She's unemotional. She doesn't connect with people. She doesn't want to connect with people. But something is changing in Lally, because she says this at the close of this chapter. But equally, how can you throw everything in the bin, like she did with the last letter? She folds the letter and slots it back into its envelope. She turns the envelope over several times in her hands and puts it away in her pocket. And so we see Lally here engaging with the idea of what these letters are about, and actually probably considering whether or not she should return and give evidence or be part of this thing that they're asking her to be part of. So it's quite apt that this chapter starts with a second letter. It continues Lally's struggle with the truth and what the truth really is, and in her own struggle, in her own personal struggle with the truth, she has to consider whether or not to tell her version of events. Okay, next we're going to study the very interesting chapter, The Concupiscence of Pim, which talks a lot about sex and Pim's desire and other things, and gets quite graphic, but we'll get to that in the next tutorial. Cheers.